So today I want to talk to the young players who are always late. They're always late for training. They're always late to matches, and basically their punctuality is just so poor. Like, the reason I want to make this vid is because this used to be me all the time. Like, I used to be the guy. As soon as I started going to taking myself to football by age 14, 15, for some reason I was just always the guy. I was always late. It didn't matter what it was. Training, I was late. Match days, I was late. It was bad. And obviously you get known as the guy who's always late. Teammates are always making jokes like, "Oh, JT's late again," blah blah blah. Or you'll turn up early that one day, and everyone will be like, "Fucking hell, you're early. I can't believe you're early." It's shit like that. And yeah, it's funny for a while. You end up what's it called? You end up being the guy that being known as the guy who's always late, and it's funny, and it seems harmless at the time, yeah, but trust me, these sort of habits, yeah, they creep up. They creep into you, especially when you start playing for first teams, or if you're even younger than that, you're going to academies. And once you get to those levels, you can't be late. Like, being late is unacceptable. And trust me, I found that out. I remember when I was playing for a first team. Basically, I was playing for a first team. I was training with the first team. This boy when I was 16. I was training with the first team. I was playing decent in the training sessions, and then they were like, "Oh, come to JC, just come to a match." I was like, "Cool." It was a friendly match, and obviously, I think the meet time was I think it was 2 hours before, something like that. It was 2 hours before some mad meet times. So obviously, back then when I was 16, I was thinking, "Oh no, I'm not trying to come. I'm not trying to come 2 hours before the game. 2 hours before the game to do what, man? Like that. That just sounded so long to me. I was not trying to do that. So I was like, oh, 2 hours before the game. So I was like, let me just come half an hour late, 40 minutes late, because I can't be asked to be waiting in the change room for 2 hours, having to wait an hour and a half before we go to warm up and all of that. I just didn't want to do that at all. So I came half an hour late. I think it was half an hour, 45 minutes late, something like that. And everyone was still in the changing room. Guys, I think most people were changed, but there were still some people getting changed. And obviously everything still seemed calm. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah." The first team manager introduced me and all of that. He seemed calm about it. The assistant manager, my teammates, no one. It didn't seem like no one cared, basically. So I was thinking, all right, cool, bet, calm. So obviously we go out, we start warming up, and obviously I come on for the last 20 minutes. I play decent, just a few touches in there, a few passes. Nothing too much. I'll be honest, nothing too much. But what I'm saying, just keep the ball, just keep it ticking. And yeah, that was the end of it. That was the end of it. That was So yeah, I just went home, said bye to the manager, said bye to everyone, and everything seemed calm. But then obviously the next training session I had with my under 18s team. So obviously I just played in the first team and the under 18s team. I'd come late again, and this time I'd come late again, but then multiple people had come late. So I think about 5 or 6 of us had come late. And obviously, for some reason, I don't know, you get them days where your manager's just pissed for no reason. Like, maybe something's happening in his life, his wife's pissed him off or something. I don't know. But he was just pissed this day. So obviously, he's made us run laps. And then after we've run laps, we had to do the bleep test after that. So obviously, when it came to the bleep test, obviously I was known as sort of at 16. I was known as the fittest player in the team, basically. So obviously I was expected to win the bleep test. I think I dropped out and I came third or something. And I think overall people's scores weren't that good. So then this just made him even more mad. I think this was the assistant manager, by the way. This just made him even more mad. He just started going off at everyone for no reason. I don't know why. And then obviously, wait, hold on. Now this wasn't the next training session after the first team. This was probably 2 months after. 2 months after, I'm at training, and obviously since then the first team has had games, and other people are getting called up to those games in those 2 months. So I'm thinking, but I'm not getting called up. So I'm thinking, bro, what's going on? I'm still training with them. I played well in the match that I played. I didn't do too much wrong. I just kept it ticking. How come other guys who I thought I was better than, are getting the call up to train with the first team, play some matches, because I wasn't even getting called up to train, let alone play. I wasn't even getting called up to train after that. So then obviously, 2 months go by, and then that's when I got to training. Everyone was late. A lot of people were late. Did laps, did the bleep test, all of that. So then obviously he just starts going off at everyone, and then he comes to me and he's like, "Oh, JT, you're normally this is why you need to come early. You're normally what's it called? You're normally the fittest on the team. You should be winning the bleep test, blah blah blah." And he just started saying some stuff. And then I think later in the session after that, I think he got onto someone else, and he was like, and then that's when our assistant manager was like, yeah, this is why, what's it called? I think the quality that session was just poor, like everything was just going bad. And then I think our assistant manager was like, you see, this is why you have to come early. This is why you have to come early, get your warm up in, so the standard of the training is good. This is why certain people don't get called up for the first team for 2 months because they're being late, turning up half an hour, 45 minutes late to a first team game. Are you joking? So yeah, that it was at that point where I was like, oh, okay, that's he was aiming that at me, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously that day I was half an hour, 45 minutes late to the first team session simply because I just didn't want to wait the 2 hours. Like for a friendly as well, I was thinking, nah, I remember that day. It was a friendly as well. It was a hot day. Literally, I didn't want to come 2 hours early for a game that I knew I wasn't gonna start, and I knew I wasn't gonna get that much game time anyway. So I was thinking, nah, forget it. Like, let me just come 2 hours early. But obviously, that right there, that what's it called? That right there basically cost me my chance to play for the cost me my chance to like carry on playing for the first team. And I was talking to also one of my teammates' parents. He normally would drop me to the game sometimes, and he would always ask me, "Oh, JT, how come you're not playing with the first team anymore?" And then I was just like, "Oh, I don't really know, blah blah blah. I don't really know. I don't think that maybe the guy doesn't rate me. Maybe he doesn't think I'm a good player, blah blah blah." And then obviously I think it was my teammate who was sitting at the front of the car with his dad who was like, nah, it's not because of that. It's because I think he told me it's because apparently the first team manager was pissed that I came out half an hour, 45 minutes late to the game. And obviously at that point I was thinking, obviously still at 16, I was thinking, but is it really that deep though? Is it really all that? Is it really that deep though? It was just a friendly, you know what I'm saying? We won the game. I played decent when I came on. I was thinking, it's not even that deep. But to be honest, these are the things that happen when you get into the habit of going to stuff late, going to first team training and games late, going to academy training and games late. Because obviously, especially in academy, once you get to like 15, 16, they're gonna be like, nah, there's no excuses to be coming in late. Because obviously 15, 16, that's the age where you start taking yourself to game. Your parents don't really take you unless you're going far, unless you have to travel like 90 minutes, 90-minute drive to get to your training, and they'll probably they'll probably like blame it on your parents, I think. But even if they blame it on your parents, you're probably still gonna face some repercussions. They're still probably gonna have to have a chat with you, like, if you don't start coming in on time, blah blah blah, we're gonna have to release you and all of that. So yeah, that's literally what I wanted to say in this video. That yeah, if you're the guy who if you're known as the guy who's always late, just cut it out as soon as possible because coming in late to things like I said, training matches, even the ones that don't seem important, even if you're thinking, I'll just go late to training, like it's not even that deep. It's not even that deep. I'll just go late. I'll just go late to this friendly match because you know what I'm saying it's just a friendly at the end of the day. That's what I thought, and obviously that pretty much cost me my opportunities to train with that first team, play matches for that first team, and I was seeing other guys who weren't even as good as me getting the call up. Not because, like I said, not because they were better than me, not because I played bad, but literally because I came to one friendly game late, and the first team manager was apparently pissed at me. So yeah, literally, if you're that player, you're even if you're a young player, just cut that out as immediately, bro. Because trust me, that habit literally it will follow you throughout your whole career, and it's like nah. And at a certain point, you can't get away with it because this is another thing with me is that up until that point, because I was always like one of the first names on the team sheet, I could sort of get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'd come late, they'd always just like brush it off and be like, it's JT, like it's cool, like he's late, but you know what I'm saying when he gets onto the pitch, he's gonna play well, so it's calm. But at a certain level, once you get to like, if you're, let's say you're 10 years old and you've just been like coming late, your parents probably take you to games anyway, so you're probably not gonna be late at that age. But let's just say you are coming late to games 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then 14, you sign for an academy. Bro, as soon as you start coming in late with them, they're going to be like, yo, cut this nonsense out. Like, you can't be doing that nonsense. They're going to be onto you. Like, they're going to be, trust me, give you warnings, repercussions, all of that. So, they should just cut it out as soon as possible. Even if you're climbing up the ranks and you've been getting away with being late since like 13, 14, 15, 16, then 16 or 17, you start playing with the first team and you're still coming in late. Trust me, it's pretty much what happened to me. They're basically just not gonna have it, bro. They're not gonna have it like your under 14s manager allowed you. They're not gonna allow you. They're gonna be like, yo, what's it called? They'll be like, "Yo, get here early, bro. Why are you always late?" Even to be honest, even your team, even your like older teammates would get onto you because you need to deep it. Like when you play 13 football and you're like 17, you're playing with and against like grown men who are like double your age. Like you find guys in the change who are like 34, 35. These guys have like 3 kids, a wife and a mortgage. You're playing with these guys. So obviously even your teammates are gonna get onto you like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like get here on time, blah blah blah." Basically all of that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like, if you're known as that guy right now who you're always late, your teammates poke fun of you, blah blah blah. Obviously, it seems, you know what I'm saying. It seems like it's not that deep at the time. Like, it's not really a big deal at the time. But trust me, cut it out as soon as possible because, like I said, it's a habit, and once you get a habit, you have to break it as soon as possible because, like I said, you'll get to a certain point where even if you're the best on your team, even if you've been getting away with it all your life, you're gonna come to a certain point where it's like, nah, it's not on. As soon if you wait, when you keep rising up the ranks, like I said, at a certain point they're gonna be like, nah, we can't be having this. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how good you are, you can't be coming in late. Literally, you have to be messy, bro. If you're not messy, then nah, you can't be coming in late. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I had to say. I just wanted to give a message to the young players out there who are always late. Punctuality is important, bro. Don't let punctuality be the reason why you're released from the academy, why you can't play for a first team. Because to be honest, it's even a silly reason. Like just get there on time, innit? Even if it's a 2 hour wait and you're like, oh, it's long. I don't want to wait 2 hours before a game, hour and a half before a game. Because the thing is, yeah, even if your goal is to become a pro baller, even pro footballers, bro, they have to do all these extra shit. Like let's say you play for Chelsea and you're away at Newcastle, bro. You have to get there the day before. You have to what's it called? You have to get the plane, or if you can't get a plane, you have to take that 9 hour bus ride. Then you have to get to the hotel. Then you get to the stadium like 5 hours early. So you're gonna have to be doing these things anyway if you want to become a pro. You're gonna have to be getting to venues mad early at crazy time. So you might as well just get used to it now. So if you're playing first team football, or even if you're playing like under 16s football and your manager's making you go in like an hour and a half early to kick off, and you're thinking, nah, that's long, just firm it because even if just firm it because when you do make it, you're gonna be having to get to the stadium like 4 or 5 hours beforehand anyway. So you might as well get used to it because this is just what it comes as this is just what it comes with being a footballer. Like these are the little sacrifices you have to make. So that's all I got to say. Hope you enjoyed the vid. I've been JT and I'm out.